Hey guys, this is a Goku F722 Pro flight controller 30x30 build and a thermal rebuild. The flight controller comes in a nice box with a lot of laid out nice plugs. I'm running two VTXs off of this switch on 10 volt and they work well. You can hook up, I only have two wires wired up to the flight controller, that's SDA and SL for the compass, and it is a great little board. You can wire up your USB to the unit, and on the back of the pad there is two 4.5 volts and four 5 volt and three 10 volt. Now on this side, it's nicely laid out, and it shows you your 4.5s, your 10 volts, your grounds. You have 6 UARTs on the unit as well. It is a MPU 6000, and the barometer has a barometer on it as well, and that works great with the compass. After I got through with this build, I did a test run, so I'm going to show that at the end of this video. And there's your USB wire upside there, but it is a nice board, and I got the 20x20 stack as well. That's what made me order this one for the rebuild. Inside the box you have a lot of nice wires for the plugs, and this saves you some solder time, and also you can pull the flight controller off quick if you need to do some repairs on the unit. The weight is 9.9 grams, and all these wire switches, you got some extra grommets and stuff in there. It's just some great features for the price of this unit that I ordered from Defiance RC over in Alabama. The instructions has a nice laid out pad diagram, and it's easy to see that, but I recommend using the site and clicking on the unit itself, and it shows you what plugs go to what and a few instructions on that you need to take. The user modes come already flashed to this, but I flashed to Betaflight 4.6, and I was worried about that not working, but 4.6 dropped the firmware and everything. I'm going to do that on my next video, is show you how I set this quad up and what the settings you need to do. Coming up here is me showing you the box of the 20x20 and 30x30. The longer box is the 20x20. You can see my 30x30 didn't have the date stamp on it. I don't know why. This is a little racing build with the 20x20 stack in here. It works great with the HD0, and you can turn off the power, but the HD0 also has a great pit switch, so you don't have to worry about it. This is my rebuild after my other flight controller went out on the thermal build that I did in a previous video, but I had to go ahead and get something now. And the 20x20 stack as well, I got on hold. I've been holding that for 2 months. Me plugging up to the computer, getting ready to flash it over to Betaflight 4.6, and I will do that in the next video, like I said. This is me showing off the VTX switch. You can see the light going off, and on the bottom the VTX turns off well as well. When I cut it back on and off, it just powers down, and you can wait on your satellites. This is a little Betaflight section that shows you how to get your declination to enter into the CLI when you're setting up your compass as well. I'll include that all in the next build video. And this compass app coming up, this will help you get your declination. I found this on my phone and it works great. Mine was 3550 for my area, but it changes with every area. So you could point it straight north and then spin this little arrow up top, and it'll give you your declination. Mine was 3550, like I said, but I'm just showing this as an example. And you can see that 3590, 3580, but I'm not really setting on it, so I'm just showing you how close it can get. So awesome little app. Here I am outside with my ground station. I have a little solar battery backup to run my rapid fire module. Also, you can see on there in just a minute what else I got sitting on it. So this is my build running a 5S 2200 milliamp R-line tattoo battery on top. I get like 11-12 minutes flight time on here. This is my first test with altitude hold and position hold, as well as GPS rescue. Here's my HGLRC GPS unit on the back with compass as well, and I love this build. I mean, it's getting like 11-12 minutes flight time. A little wobble on the descent, but I need to work on some PID mode tuning or something, I believe. But the wind was blowing a little bit that day, and I hope that's what had the effect on it. But the GPS rescue, altitude hold, position hold all worked well, and you'll see that during the video. You can see my little VAS Minion antenna hanging on the bottom. Works great. And have my, I'm just set up here with a lot of stuff. So I got my rapid fire module on my ground station with the patch antenna pointing in the direction I'm going to be flying. And you can see my little HD0 in the back. Now, HD0 goggles are going to be recording, and this did great recording with the thermal build. And then my Walksnail goggles did some great recording with HD video and got out there pretty far. I think I'm on 700 milliwatts on the Walksnail. And then I have this little Solo Good 4.3 screen I ordered just for walking out to the quad, so I can leave my goggles laying on the car or whatever it may be. You don't point it toward the sun though, because you'll get some sunspot in your goggles. Let's keep that in mind. So that's great. Ground station and all that work well. So I'm recording on 3 devices here while I'm trying to fly and do this test. Like I said, the screen, it helps with walking out to the quad to get your GPX fixes on there while you're waiting on that to grab some satellites, and you got to have at least 8 satellites for all the GPS to work correctly on there. So keep that in mind. And that way I can leave my goggles laying plugged into the battery, all ready to go, and then just grab whichever goggle set I'm needing for flying daytime, and also if on the thermal. But mostly I stay on the thermal. The high definition is just so I can use to grab my bearings if I need to, because it's kind of disorienting with the camera pointing straight down to the ground. But I'm learning to fly with it looking at the ground. This switch is my angle mode and crash flip mode. This switch is my position hold and GPS rescue. And then on the left button side, I have altitude hold. I forgot about that one time last flight and crashed my quad. And this is my VTX switch, and then my arm switch. And this is how I have the TX15 set up. There's my little ground station waiting. I keep flipping on the VTX, looking at my satellites. So this is the Walksnail recording, just flying out. Good distance on there. It was clear. And that's me controlling the sticks, causing that turn and wobble. That's nothing with the GPS. But I do have it on position hold right now. Just not position hold, but altitude hold, I'm sorry. Just cruising along at a certain altitude, and you'll hear about some of those mistakes I made during flight and the thermal build flight. So this is a pretty lengthy video, so excuse me there. When I activated the GPS hold here, the quad turned and the battery got in the way of the antenna, so my Walksnail just lost it there. I reckon I'm gonna have to raise it up a little higher. And that was only 700 milliwatts, so I still got a little room to play, I believe. But the return to home on the HD video, and just to show you what that looked like. And then we're going to move to the thermal build video. And I use the ground a lot for that thermal video. Just picking up the area, looking at the roads, the trees, the fields, and whatever it may be to help me find my direction. But an awesome landing with GPS rescue. And here we go. Position hold, did well, no drop, no big drop. I'm only at about 62 feet. What's my height? Uh-oh.
I forgot the settings, so we're gonna have to go. I forgot. Where's my? Oh, we'll go 60 feet altitude. I'm gonna take it on up higher. Yeah, it's blowing a little bit. Alright, so we got it on up a little higher. I'm gonna try position hold. Get over in the field a little bit so it don't hit the road. Carry it on out. Can't tell if my compass is working. Yeah, seems to be doing good. Now I'm going to try position hold. Position hold. A little wobbly. Need to put my modes on here. It's holding pretty well. Oh, I'm climbing for some reason. 280. Still climbing. Oh Lord, we're at 300 feet right now. I forgot the throttle. Go back to position hold. I'm dropping the throttle. Bring it down. A little shaky. 215. 183, 181. Center the stick maybe. So my stick's about center right now. I'm still dropping. Yeah, so center your sticks if you're gonna do your altitude and position hold. I want to move. See if I can move. $176, $175. So it's holding now. The stick mid. I'm coming off of the position hold. I'm gonna try to fly a little bit more. I need to put my modes on here. That's my power, 3.74. So the throttle's working pretty good. I'm center the stick, and it should hold. What's my distance? 646 feet out. Let's go ahead on out. I got return to home on here. Where are we at? Like 1082. 176 feet off the ground. It's kind of back and forth right there, but that's pretty good for the wind blowing, I think. Going ahead, we're gonna go on out. I know that Walksnail is probably gonna hold up a lot further than this analog. getting no breakup. Like again, we're in clear field. $360, 174, 175 feet. And this is pretty awesome, Betaflight. Loving it. I'm still going. At the edge of the field. Oh yeah. Man, no issues, no breakup. This is about as far as I want to go with this little test flight right now. So I forgot how many feet I had my return to home set on. Alright, now I'm getting some breakup, I think. Alright, now we're just going to go ahead and hit return to home. It's turning 150 feet. 17 satellites. Well, I need to put my modes on here. 150 feet. See, let me get my phone out so I can record this baby coming in. This is awesome. So this joker is out there. I hope it's coming back to me. Heading south. Boy, this compass is working perfect. Awesome. We are set up, baby. Where's you at? I don't think I had hardly any breakup where I was, but that's farther than I ever flown. I'm not a long distance flight person, but since Betaflight's coming out with all this, and I want this thermal drone for deer tracking, been working on it. I can hear it. See how she descends. Oh Lord, there she is. Come on, baby, don't land on my car. A little bouncy. Watch this baby disarm. Awesome. So this joker is out there. I hope it's coming back to me. We're heading south. Boy, this compass is working perfect. Awesome. We are set up, baby. Where's you at? I don't think I had hardly any breakup where I was, but that's farther than I ever flown. I'm not a long distance flight person, but since Betaflight's coming out with all this, and I want this thermal drone for deer tracking, been working on it. I can hear it. Let's see how she descends. Oh Lord, there she is. Come on, baby, don't land on my car. A little bouncy. Watch this baby disarm. Awesome. Just wanted to throw in a little video from the Solo Good 4.3 screen recording. The antennas had some breakup off and on, but just think these are little cheap linear antennas on there, but I'm going to get me some patches on that thing as well, just so I can have it recording some good video. You're still going to have probably a little breakup, so it's not the best system. The HD0 system does a little algorithm to make great video, and they do it well. And
just an awesome video come from that recording in those HD0 goggles. Just wanted to mention that. So a lot of systems here, a lot going on, but a great build, and I think it's going to work fine for what I'm doing. The white hot video, I'm going to have some live test subjects soon here, and we're going to do the setup video in Betaflight as well for y'all and post that up next.